How did you get here? Go back the way you came, quickly. You cannot stay.
I don't know how to go.
It is here. What have you done? What have you done?
What do you mean? What?
The undreaming.
God. What is that? What? No. No.
Zoe, don't
Stop! Don't move or I shoot! We got her. She's in the core. I repeat, target is in the core. Stay there. Everyone stay exactly where you are.
Hello, Zoe.
Lady, I told you.
Mum. Helena. Dad, what's going on? What is this place?
You need to get out of here, now.
Everyone, stop talking!
Oh, shit. You need to get out of here. Prepares to knock out everybody in the room. Oh, I guess she's still, like, with it, but did the father pass out then? And they said it was the core, so it's like both of the worlds are meeting. It's almost like they want to pull both of the worlds into being one world, but what would they have to gain from that if they were going to do something like that? I mean, it sounds like they would be merging the worlds. They're both building a core and trying to make it run, but what does that do? We're missing some major plot points right now.
The new age. Goddess, protect me. I pray I'm doing right by you. We cannot let outsiders dictate the future of our empire. The prophet is a tool, and so is this engine. Your light is eternal, Goddess. Under my watch, it will reach the darkest corners of the world and beyond.
Behold, the mechanical revolution, an end to magic, the dawn of enlightenment. Witness the engine and its awesome powers.
Is anybody else confused? I normally think I know what's going on, but I am... Literally, the game is taking so many left turns in such a short amount of time, I'm just left here going, now what? Zoe's bald in a, like, bioengineering facility in a fake room. She runs into her mother and her father. Her mother puts on a mask, knocks everybody out in the room, which happens to also be the core room. They tell her to run. The Wadi Corp wants Zoe alive, I guess, considering they didn't shoot her right away, but then at other times they were shooting at her. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Do you want me dead, chopped full of holes like Swiss cheese, or do you want me alive? Crow got murdered. Inu might be dead, but they suggested that maybe something that we did, one of our actions, could save her. I'm thinking the blue lady, the one that looks like, and I remember her name now, Saga's mom. I don't remember the blue lady's name, though. The one Liko hated, though, that led to April Ryan's death. And then Kian got stabbed by the mother, Tana, I think her name is. I didn't know her name's the mother. And then she's been a part of it the whole time. Was the lead of the science wing. And then there's the prophet guy. Like, who the hell is he? The Mon-looking guy from, like, Legend of Korra. How do you feel about this, Mr. Guard?
Kian! Kian, please respond! Shit. We can't even get out of here with those soldiers trying to break in.
Yeah. About that. Is it just me, or is it,
Quiet? The soldiers must have left. Something's going on. We need to move. Now, if we can't get through to Kian, or if he's dead, We need to get into the tower ourselves.
But how?
If the Azadi really have abandoned their posts, through the front door.
That sounds incredibly dangerous.
I'm sure it will be. Let's go.
You know, it said, she said dead, but the text said incapacitated. That can't be just a typo, like why? Alright, well we're back with Zoe again, but the question is where is she locked up? And is the mother part of it? It looks like she tried to help us, but why would she lock us in a pod? Then is she gonna like shoot us out of here or something?
There you are.
Mum? What? Where's Dad?
You must have a lot of questions.
Hey, why am I locked up in here? Let me out!
I can't do that, but I promise I'll explain. Just try to relax.
Please, Is that... Dad? Dad! Dad, what's happening? Let me out!
He can't. Not yet.
What did you do?
I had to subdue him. There's so much at stake, I can't afford anyone getting overly emotional.
Interesting. Anger or plead?
Even though Helena's my mother, she clearly has little empathy for me. Pleading may be pointless, but maybe she'll respond to anger. Whatever she's done to me, she is my biological mother. That must mean something to her.
She said it like she can't afford anybody getting emotional, but there must be a reason for that, and she even asked us to stay calm. And considering we're not in a place of being able to do much with anger, I think pleading is... I mean, I don't feel like either option's gonna matter, but I think getting angry may make her sedate you or something. We don't need that right now.
Please, let me out. Please. Please.
Oh, Zoe, please pull yourself together. After we're done, you can leave. You and Gabrielle. That was the deal.
Done? With what?
The culmination of 30 years of research. My life's work. Rebooting the world.
What?
I will explain, and hopefully you'll understand. But first, I do need you to calm down and be rational. Nothing good will come from panicking.
You know, I'm gonna say do the opposite purely because I don't trust her.
You've locked me inside a pod.
If you could just calm down for a moment, I'll explain why. Just stop fighting me.
No, I don't
She's
think I
right.
will.
There's no point fighting this. Not yet. All I can do is breathe.
I actually kind of want to fight her. Is there really no other option? I have to choose that? Then why the hell even give me an option if you're going to force me to make that decision? Damn it all, I don't want to calm down. I want to be angry.
That's better. Deep breath, Zoe. Now listen to me. For the past year and a half, you've been in a coma inside Jiva's labs in Mumbai. You've been dreaming.
No, that's not possible.
Hold on, I'm not saying it's all been a dream. Everything you've experienced has been real. That's what's so amazing and exciting, Zoe. While you were dreaming, you projected a physical binary of yourself into the waking world. Think of it like entangled particles, one copy here in my lab and one in Europolis. You dreamed yourself a new life in Propast, and it came to be as real as anything.
But why?
2 reasons. Misdirection, to keep Wadi Corp off our backs, and more importantly, to trigger your memories and activate your latent powers. We needed you to return to that parallel otherworld to find and absorb a primal source of dreaming energy to fulfill your potential.
Lux, are you there?
You have a unique skill. You must have realized this by now. You can reshape reality.
I'm a dreamer.
There have always been stories of those born with the power to change the world, but I couldn't wait around for that to happen, so your father and I made you.
Sounds like they made her in a different way, not through normal means. And it also sounds like this game seems to delve into a lot of topics that are either real-life conspiracies or real-life issues, etc. It seems to tackle a lot of topics. Kind of reminds me of Life is Strange a bit in that aspect. But it kind of reminds me of the simulation theory that we could be living inside a simulation. And if you were, how would you know? Elon Musk even, like...
So
tell me what's wrong with that argument.
Is the answer yes?
The argument is probably. I mean, but I just like, is there a flaw in that argument?
I mean, someone.
I'm not sure what the error.
No. The argument makes sense. So the assumption then is that somebody beat us to it, and this is a game.
No. There's a 1 in billions chance that this is base reality.
Oh, okay. What do you think?
Well, I think it's 1 in billions.
Okay.
But he's not saying that it's necessarily completely possible or impossible. He's just saying it's very likely. At least that's the way he hinted at it, which I'll try to find the clip and add it in, but let's see what she says.
How's Gabrielle involved? What did he do? They were married. Of course they made me. What does she mean?
I don't think she means by normal means, considering those pods in the other room. They genetically engineered you by the sounds of it. It sounds like Lux, I think, was the first dreamer, because you heard the old, God, I can't remember the guy's name, but he has like a cane and he talks weird and he kind of looks weird. He had a big head and he was disappearing or something. He talked about Lux being the first dreamer, and then she started dying when maybe Zoe came along. Maybe because Zoe was artificially made, it replaced the first dreamer. Maybe there can only be one.
How's Gabrielle involved? They were married. What do you mean by made?
You were the first experiment, our first creation. We designed you, the first manufactured dreamer. You were born in this lab. There were other experiments, half-sisters. Faith, of course, the final girl. She was a mistake. And you met Hannah not so long ago. She was the second experiment, after you. You were drawn to each other, and she was drawn here, to Eingana, to the dreams. I know she's in Mumbai, but she's not strong enough to affect anything. She poses no threat. None of them worked out, not the way we intended, and I didn't think you would either. So I let your father take you away when you were a toddler. He cared so much about you, he was willing to give up everything, his life, his career. Me? How could I say no? It wasn't until you connected to a dream machine that I realized your powers were there, only latent. That's why I put you in a coma and brought you back here. I did it to protect you. If I hadn't, Wadi would have taken you. Your father had no choice but to come along. He did what he had to do to keep you safe. We both did. We saved your life, Zoe. And we made a deal. Gabrielle would help me finish what we'd begun. We'd be partners again, and then afterwards, he could take you home. I'd leave you alone. The deal still stands once we finish changing the world.
I genuinely think you're insane, but you know, let's see what you have to say.
Did she just say what I think she said? Helena is clearly unstable.
If you call her insane, nothing really is going to come of it, but I'm kind of
Did she just say what I think she said? Changing what?
Changing everything. For the better. I need you to understand this. We're going to remake the world. You and I.
How?
I don't have time to go into details, but there's a place we go when we dream.
Story time.
Different cultures have different names for it. The Aranda people of Australia call it dream time. Think of it as the initial state of all matter and energy in every possible universe. The blueprint. All realities originated in this initial state, and they remain entangled, evolving, one universe affecting another. Wave energies are fueled by dreams. Particles in our world are entangled with particles in Arcadia because they were created together in story time. Eingana has the power to change the wave field, and thus the observable universe through dreams.
In a sense, it sounds like you can create multiple worlds, or, in a sense, genetically alter reality/worlds to fit your own twisted little ways.
What about my friends in Propast? What about Reza? Were they just dreams?
I don't think they were just dreams per se, but I mean, I guess they could be. Sounds like more like the world is, but God, this game's getting deep. It's like, what do you even know anymore, man? Am I a dream? Are you a dream? Am I even here right now talking to you guys? The world may never know. I could be a figment of your imagination.
Wati, the dream machine. They must somehow be connected to Helena and Jiva. What about my friends in Propast? How does Arcadia fit into the puzzle? If that wasn't a dream, then what is it?
An alternate world, but...
What about my friends in Propast? What about Reza? Were they just dreams? Wati, the dream machine. They must somehow be connected to Helena and Jiva.
That sounds about right, but I kind of want to know
what
about the
my friends in Propast? What about Reza? Were
I
they
think
just dreams?
to know more and helping us, knowing more about Wadi would be more important, but knowing about her friends, they're pulling at those heartstrings. They want you to, like, care. You know what? I'm gonna go for it.
So what's Waticorp's role in this?
Wadi funded us, funded the development of the Dream Machine. We needed to collect and store dream energy. The Dream Machine facilitated that. They thought we were working for them, not the other way around. Wadi just wanted brainwashed consumers. They wanted to sell their silly toy to billions and rule over a virtual world. They have no imagination.
Doesn't sound that much different than some of the things they've got going on today, does it? I mean, people may say, oh, it's a bit of a stretch, but I mean, if you look at the way the technology is going and what they have out already, you might not be far off from dream machines.
What about my friends in Propast? What about Reza? Were they just dreams? If I dreamed myself into Europolis, what about Reza? My friends? Were they...
Dreams? No, you don't understand. They're real. All of it was real, Zoe. You were there, in Propast, a physical projection walking amongst real people. A three-dimensional copy made flesh using the power of dreams. And they never realized. Well, at least most of them didn't. I sent someone to protect you in case anything went wrong. It's a good thing I did, too. Things spun out of control. It's a shame he had to die. Falk Friedman saved your life. As for Reza, it's more complicated. He's been an unwitting agent of Wati. His reckless investigations caught their attention. They needed to manipulate the press and they wanted to keep an eye on you. He was an easy tool, so they brainwashed him. We'll fix Reza, I promise.
So Reza ran away with the documents, and he ended up getting the documents because of us. I don't know if I think she's lying to us. I honestly think she's insane. I don't trust her. I mean, she's saying everything that would make you want to trust her, but just purely what she's trying to do doesn't. Like, what's your motive? That'd be the biggest thing I'd ask right here. Is like, okay, you want to change the world, but why? That's the one thing you haven't told us. And it just seems like she's like, oh, well, we want you to turn on Reza. Why? Because he has the information that you need? Does he know too much? Question mark. There's something about that. And the guy who helped us get away, he did help us get away from Wadi, so she's not really lying about that, but how can we be sure that she's the one that sent them? I mean, we don't know of anybody else that would have done it, so she could be telling the truth.
How does Arcadia fit into the puzzle? If that wasn't a dream, then what is it? And Arcadia?
Alternate world.
One of many worlds spawned from dreams. A world of... I'm a scientist. I don't understand magic. It's chaotic, complex, and unpredictable. Magic is dangerous, and it has no place in a rational universe. But we needed it. We had to bridge the divide in order to store these vast quantities of dream energy. We put things in motion to return you to Arcadia, but you did most of the work yourself. Of course, we had help on the other side, a partner, but he didn't... You did it on your own, Zoe. You were compelled to connect with the primal force that inhabited the initial state before this universe. That was only possible by crossing the divide. Something called you there. Some force guided you. I don't know how to quantify it or explain it, but you succeeded. You absorbed the energy, and it didn't kill you. You got stronger. Strong enough to wake up and break out sooner than anticipated, but the timing ended up being perfect. You've reached your full potential. You're finally ready to interface with Eingana.
You know, she cut off mid-sentence. She was like, we had somebody in Arcadia working on side, but then he... ... And I'm wondering if that was the guy with the glasses that came out of, the mystical man's treehouse, basically, place that we told him he couldn't stay, or is it somebody else?
Get going. Should we...
Would you mind terribly if I stayed here to read these books?
Well, it's private property, isn't it?
Obnoxus isn't coming back, and I've been itching for a chance to peruse his library for years now. I promise I won't remove anything or make a mess.
I'm gonna say no, because we made a promise to blind Bob.
You might have the best of intentions, but I made a promise to blind Bob. I'd feel awful if anything happened to Obnoxus's abode.
I agree. I'm sorry, dude.
I'm sorry. I don't think I can let you stay in here.
I'm not sure I need your permission.
I...
Only joking. I understand. I'll take my leave now, Miss Castillo. I certainly hope we'll see each other
again soon. The question is he's kind of right. He doesn't really need our permission, considering how the hell did he get in here to begin with without a key, unless he has the ability to get in here through the... I forget what they called it. It was like... through magic, essentially. But there's just different people that we interacted with that there wasn't the whole story involved. I'm not sure.
She's meant... Eingana.
Meet Eingana. It took me decades to design and build her. She spans dimensions, taps into the dream energies. She's quite the thing. But she's actually not the first. Wadi had the prototype. They used her to operate the beta version of DreamNet. After she was destroyed, we built Eingana 2. She operates the version of DreamNet currently processing and recording the dreams of hundreds of millions of Dream Machine users. And now, we're reversing the process, with you as the conduit, connecting quantum fields, connecting dreamtime with reality. Eingana will begin to alter our observable universe. Don't look so worried, Zoe. You won't need to do anything. She knows what to do. I've programmed her, and my template will guide her. Together, you'll make a better world. A world without sickness or death. A world without superstition, intolerance. A world where everyone's equal, where justice and compassion will prevail. A world not ruled by corporations or religions, but by science and logic, by rational thought. A better world.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree. Although, everything you say sounds nice, in a sense. But you ever heard the phrase, if it's too good to be true, it probably is?
I need to stall for time. Keep her talking until I can figure out a way to open this pod.
Especially from a lady that seems to be the bad kind of sociopath, that seems like she's going to literally... like, she's like, oh yeah, everything will be fine. I only manipulated my daughter, who I genetically engineered, and all this other fun stuff. I'm totally not crazy. I promise, I'm a good person. You know, everything you said about, you know, no war, no violence, love, and equality, that all sounds great until I found out you genetically, literally designed your own daughter with super crazy psychic powers, and you seem to have absolutely no care for her emotionally, and it seems like the father cares more, because he probably knew he had to protect her from you, and that makes me wonder, well, what are you capable of?
She's waiting for me to respond. I think she needs me to understand. If I don't say anything... I need to stall for time. Keep her talking until I can figure out a way to open this pod.
Oh, that's complicated. She's like, silence might just make her think that you're complying, in which case we can break away, but if you keep talking, it could seal our fate. That's...
She's waiting for me to respond. I think she needs me to understand. If I don't say anything...
That might keep her talking, but it also might confirm, like, oh, I see you understand, or maybe you don't understand.
I need to stall for time. Keep her talking until I can figure out a way to open this pod.
Oh my god, I don't know. Both of them sound like logical decisions, but not in a great way. Let's see.
She's waiting for me to respond. I think she needs me to understand. If I don't say anything...
I feel like this one's baiting me more by telling me what I should do. So I'm gonna
I need
try
to stall for time. How will you accomplish all of this?
I know you have more questions, but we need to get started before those goons break down the doors and ruin everything.
Helena, wait.
Here we go.
Okay, maybe I picked the wrong one. Oh, fuck. Did I make the wrong choice? I'm not sure. That was a bit of a loaded question. Hopefully I didn't get you vaporized, though, and fuck up the universe. Seriously, if that was one of those like 50-50 type deals where you answer it one way and the game goes this way, or answer it this way and the game goes this way, like that's kind of disappointing considering it's literally you're guessing at that point. I don't feel like there really was any signals or anything to suggest what would be the right idea, aside from her saying, well, it's like she needs me to understand. I mean, would silence really have changed anything? I feel like it could have, definitely, but I feel like I was also being baited. Something about that said learn the truth about Crow right before it switched over. You guys will have to pause it if you want to read it. I didn't see it. So she forced us into, like, dream time? Oh, there's Crow.
Crow? Crow, is that you?
I think so. I'm supposed to show you something.
What? Why? What are you doing here? And where is here?
I don't know. I don't even know how I got here. I'm a bit... I don't feel right. I'm not sure what happened, and I'm not sure I'm all here, if that makes sense.
No.
No. Yeah, no. I can see how that makes no sense.
What are you supposed to show me?
Oh, I almost forgot. So the ghost in the machine told me to do this thing. This one last thing. The ghost said that this has been my destiny all along. I don't expect you'll know what I'm talking about.
Crow, I don't even know where this is. A minute ago, I was inside a pod in a lab, and now...
We're inside the quantum weave that makes all the stories. This is reality's blueprint. How did I know that? What does quantum mean? What's a blueprint?
Well, that explains everything.
That was sarcasm. I detect sarcasm.
This ghost in the machine, who was it?
No idea. I remember nothing before meeting you here, aside from a ghost telling me to show you what I'm about to show you. And I don't even know what that is.
Show me what? There's nothing here.
Let's go find it.
Go find what? You say you don't even know what that is that I'm supposed to show me, then how can you show me something you don't know? So many questions.
Does this look at all familiar to you?
It looks like a monastery.
There you go. Maybe that's it.
That doesn't really help. Hey, that looks like a diary.
I don't think we should be toying with this. Let's see if there's anything else we can interact with before we do what they tell us to.
Traveler. Your journey is about to begin.
What if I don't look at the journal and I just go anyway?
It's a handwritten letter.
I guess I should look at it anyway, but... for sake of story, I'm gonna look.
I am at the crossroads between waking and dream. One path leads back to the world I left behind.
Cut out there.
The other path leads to a place of shadows. Between the familiar and the unknown, between certainty and doubt, my choice would seem obvious. Any sane man would turn around, return to the world he knows, forget what he has learned, and live his life in blissful ignorance. But in truth, it is too late. My choice was made many years ago, when I first embarked on this journey. I cannot turn back. I am at a crossroads. But for me, there is only one path. I leave behind these words in the hope that someday they will serve as a map for someone else. To whomever reads this, Godspeed on your journey. If you ever decide to follow in my footsteps, look me up. Brian Westhouse.
Brian Westhouse? Our Westhouse?
Think.
The plot thickens.
Thickens or just getting more muddled? I don't know what this is supposed to tell us.
That Westhouse is involved?
There's that, I guess.
Come on, there's more.
Wasn't he the guy that was in the treehouse that we told him he couldn't stay? I think so, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not great with names. Okay, so we can't click on him, we can't click on things, so we must have to travel out here into the hall now. So we can either follow his path, or we can go somebody else's path. I kind of like going my own path, to be completely fair. But based on what he said, I kind of agree with, like, that he didn't want to live as, in blissful ignorance, and I kind of agree with that, so I kind of want to follow him, so that's,
The ritual is ready. Step onto the dais, traveler.
If I don't wanna, but if I wanna go through this door instead and go have a beer, how would you feel about that? Damn. Weird looking people. Wait. What the fuck? That's him. That's a guy from the treehouse. That must be the Brian Westhouse or whatever.
Okay, so what just happened?
Portals. They're all over the place. Let's follow him.
Through the... Wait!
Yeah, that's Saga's dad, it has to be.
This is the story time.
You know this place?
I remember. I was here. For a long time. It's the place between. I didn't want to wake up and they needed me. The people who were dreaming. They were sick. I tried to help them.
Uh-huh. Interesting. But we need to see what's going on. I'm supposed to show you this.
But how do we know you're really Crow, or much less that what you have to show me, can we trust that? Like, I trust you, Crow, but you say you don't have any knowledge of any of this stuff, and it's almost like you're leading us to our doom, and I don't like it. Can I, like, go the other way and just say, fuck your couch? I can't even run. Okay, I'm not walking back that far, especially if I can't run. That'll take forever. Alright, let's go see what's over here. Maybe we'll see that mystic blue guy from the beginning of the game.
What are you doing here? You cannot be here. It will find you.
I don't... Where am I? What is this place?
How did you get here? Go back the way you came, quickly. You cannot stay.
I don't know how to go.
It is here. What have you done? What have you done?
What do you mean? What?
The undreaming.
God. What is that? What? No. No. No.
What is that terrifying thing?
That's the undreaming. I know it is. I feel it.
Well, That's going to give me nightmares for a long, long time.
The Undreaming entered Westhouse.
It sure did.
Was he looking for it? Is that why he came here? Or was it an accident?
I guess that's what you're supposed to figure out. Come on, we have more places to visit.
So the Undreaming went into Westhouse. So Westhouse is now corrupted. But like I was saying, the Undreaming almost seems like the bad, the evil, the destroyer of all, watching the world burn, so to speak, whereas the Dreaming seems to be the creation of worlds and things. And it seems like these people are trying to control said creation of worlds and what they can do with those worlds. So much is going on, though. I only somewhat understand what's going on. Oh, dude. Brian Westhouse became the, what did they call him, apostle? Or not the apostle, the prophet. So he's evil now. He's been traveling through worlds. He turned evil because that entered him. And it entered him while looking for Saga, I'm assuming. I assume he's jumping worlds trying to find Saga, and somehow got corrupted when he got lost. But the question is, why would the Undreaming be chasing him of all people? Why is he relevant? Interlude. Song lines. That's Saga, by the looks of it. Who are you? Are you Saga, like, older version of Saga, maybe?
Home sweet home.
Oh, wow, it is Saga.
The house
How old are you?
feels strangely quiet. It must be, what, a year since I last visited? And who knows how long it's been for the house. Could be a day, could be decades. Balance. I need to get moving. There's not much time until the song lines align. Let's see. Elixir, a good rope, a spatula. Chop chop, Saga.
I'm so confused and I have so many questions. But guys, this is where I'm going to leave it. Tyler, you can't leave us with all that suspense. Hey, I feel bad about it enough as it is, but look at those headphones. Where the hell would she have gotten the headphones? Tyler, what are you doing? Well, I guess you guys have to find out next time. Tyler, don't you dare. Bye!
From the secret shadows of dawn, there's a darkness to disguise. The simple thought I recognize.